Hello folks, Sam Owens here with a really product that I have been waiting for. A little handheld light duty chainsaw that it has a 6-inch blade. It'll cut like 5-inch diameter wood, which is a perfect size for home use, camping, and what have you. So let's look at it. Comes in a case. That is good. I always love my cases. And these days they're so easy to form by the manufacturer and don't cost a lot. Okay, that's the company name. I think it's NaTiddy. Kind of cute, but I think it'll deliver what you need. Okay. This is ideal, it being a lightweight, for ladies or anyone that can't pick up and hold a full-size chainsaw. Even an electric 18-inch chainsaw can be quite heavy, and it may not be proper for people with limited capacity that they can operate. This may be the answer. Okay. You get an extra blade. I like when the manufacturers put in things like this. This is so nice to have an extra. Okay, right here in the top, the main subject. Okay, this feels like it's somewhere around a pound, maybe a pound and a half. It's very light and it doesn't have the battery in it right now. You store it without the battery is the best for this. Okay, let's just perch him right up there so you can get a good look. We'll go in detail over some of this stuff. Now you get a pair of gloves here, and what this has is a texture. When you put these on, let me just put it on here. There is a left and a right. It's not like those rubber gloves. Okay, when you grab something, it holds like, if you're left-handed, I'm not. I mean, it really grips and you're not going to lose it. So that's important to have a good grip. So I suggest using these gloves. And they're small enough that they will fit smaller folks' hands, but they stretch. Okay, they're quite stretchy. So we got some gloves. 2 batteries, 2,000 milliampere hours. Okay, you get 2 of these, and you get a charger here. And here's the charger. And it looks like there should be a place to charge. Now, you get a little oil bottle, and in there you're going to see they say not to use vegetable oil, cooking oil, or things like that if you thought you could do that. You should use a lubricating oil for a chainsaw, and what you do is you lubricate just the chain in its guide. This is an electric motor. It's not like a gas chainsaw where you have to oil the mechanism. Okay. You get a nice pair of goggles, and last but not least, so when they give you a screwdriver, that means that there is some maintenance involved, and the one area where the maintenance is going to be key is on the blade. And let's see, look at this. Hidden, I didn't realize at the very beginning. I was wondering why this was like that, but what it is you got a flat tip and a Phillips. So obviously there's use for both. And you should have watched how those parts come out of the video, or the items, so that you can place it back in that same order and have it all to fit. That's a big challenge sometimes, so you do have a video here which shows exactly how I took them out, and that will help you. At the end of the video, or toward the end, I'm going to actually do a cutting demonstration and just to show the operation of just how this performs under cutting conditions. That's what you want to see, I'm sure. Folks, I laid the owner's manual or user's manual over to the side, and you should definitely read this. There's about 5 or 6 pages of safety instructions. There is a safety switch right here that you can't just pull the trigger and have it to go off. You have to have this safety trigger in or catch in and then push. So it's a 2-step operation there. Use and care of the tool. Right here are the major components, so you should get familiar with this when they start discussing adjustments and oiling and what they're talking about. Right here is the saw chain right here, and let me point out up here I'm going to put a picture of how a correctly placed chain and an incorrect. It can be mounted backwards. That you pay attention to that area. The specifications, if you wanted to know what the horsepower, they use it in watts. And let's go on. And charging procedure. That's the first thing you want to do, is charge both of your batteries up right here. And we have a charger. Let's go ahead and plug this in to the place it says charging port. And I'm not going to take that loose right now. I'm just going to plug it in. You get a red light there. No lights on the battery. It's with the red light right there. If the power green lights are lighting for a long time, the battery pack is fully charged. So we're looking for a green light. Operation tips. Switch action and cautions, and right here they're telling this 2-step operation. This is the trigger, and you have to push that in and hold it in while you pull the trigger. Once the trigger is pulled, then you don't have to hold the button. How to change the saw blade. Wow, going from starting it to changing the saw blade. And they're showing, and I'm showing right here, the full steps of just how to do it. We're going to show the adjustment of the chain, taking it off and cleaning the blade guide or the chain guide and putting it back together, so you know just how to do it, because there's going to be wood chips and all of that in there. So let's do that. First thing you do is loosen this up. Yeah. There's a washer in there, but you just kind of pull this up, cock it around, and you can just leave that just like that. And then you kind of lift this up, and you don't have to, the blade is going to be tight, but all you do is just lift up on this and it'll take it out of the pin, and then you can just kind of pick it up over the back sprocket and it'll come together like that. You can take the blade or the chain saw off of the guide blade and clean the grooves and all of that. I'm just going to put it back on. Before you put it back on, it might be a good idea to adjust this back down, and the way you do that is put your finger on this guide pin or adjusting pin, put your Phillips in there and go counterclockwise. A little bit to move the pin back so that the blade will be easier to get on. If it's tight, it'll be hard to pull it around. So this will make it easier, and then all you have to do is go clockwise to tighten it up. Now, hold it like this, then put it around the sprocket in the back, like that, and then just kind of guide it over and pull it down, line up the holes, and like that, and then hold your fingers over this. And see, there's another slotted guide. You want to line that up, and then you can go right up here and you go clockwise until you tighten this up, and you'll see it tightening. See, and kind of keep feeling. And really, you should go until it's tight. There we go. Okay, that's about the way it was when it was brand new. You want to feel yours when you got it to see how tight it is. And then with that tight like that, hold the back of the blade down so that it doesn't pop off. Chances are it won't. I found it's easier to take that washer out, then put this down like this and kind of move it around into position, and then it'll snap right in. Put your little washer over that little stud, tighten her down, get her good and tight, right there. Okay, and we're good and tight, and everything looks good. We're gonna give her a test. All right, sounds good. I could have put a little oil, just a little bit of oil if I wanted, but it's nice and clean and new right now, so I don't need it. Okay, and take the battery out when you are through with it. I got a feeling if you're a homeowner and you're not a person in gardening or tree trimming, it'll be a long time before you have to change that blade out, I'm sure. Maintenance, and right here, let me put that up about the important tips about the oil, and just putting a little bit of oil on the blade, and you would just kind of take that little cap off and just put a little oil around here, and you can pull the trigger and let it spin a little bit, and then put another along there and it'll drag the oil around. Just a few drops is all you need. And during your cutting process, you might want to periodically put a little oil on, spin it, put a little bit more, spin it. Right here is a guide that will kind of keep the top of the blade from your hand actually getting in contact with that. So that's nice that they put something there. But you want to keep your other hand away from there. This can be operated with one hand right here. Pull the trigger and do your cutting, and you may have to hold the branch or something. So stay safe. And we'll just go ahead and use this standby battery. And it's pretty simple. It's just a guide, goes in just like this and pulls, and then when you want to take it out, you just pop it out. Okay, so stick her back in, just push and snap. Okay, now let me get my safety glasses on and my gloves just to do a fire up demonstration before we go out to the cutting demonstration. Hey, and look, they've got protection all the way around. Even to power it up on the bench, I want to have my gloves on just to demonstrate and show you what you should do. I think you got a good view. Wow, can you hear that? Sounds like it can cut, and it will, I'm sure. So we're going to go out to a crepe myrtle I have in my yard, and there's a couple of branches that I think need to be taken off, and it'll be a good time to let you see a demonstration. Folks, right here, this limb still has some life to it, and I'm going to leave that. It comes off of this joint, but I'm going to take this off right here because this is dead and doesn't need to be there. That'll give you a good shot. All right, again, push this with my thumb, pull this, and I'm gonna have it right there, and I'm gonna keep my arm out of the way, and I'm gonna cut right here. Wow. I'm impressed with it. Wow, yeah. And I can cut it over here and pull that out. Folks, I think you can begin to see that this little tool will really do a job for you around the house, and I think just about every household could use one. There's a lot of uses for this. It's lightweight, and I think it's gonna do me well and let you know I like it. Thank you very much for watching my video.